Hello again, and happy belated New Year, everyone. This is your old pal, the KMN 1971, with my annual end-of-year comic book special, focusing in on my top 52 pickups of 2021. I usually have this video out on the last week of the year, but I had to work this year. I ended up switching departments, so I ended up having the second to last week of the year off instead of the last week, so I figured why not kick off the first weekend of 2022 reflecting on my favorite pickups of 2021. When I first started YouTube videos, about probably 5 years ago, videos like this were all the rage. Everyone was posting their top pickups of the year. I didn't see too many bouncing around this year, so hey, sometimes when it comes up to the old tradition, it comes down to the old guard keeping said traditions up. So here we are. So the 1 o'clock games are right around the corner, so let's just jump right on in. Starting it off, oh, and just for context, I won't have any of these in any kind of chronological order. I'll have them basically grouped up with all the variants, bronze, silver, together, and at least until we get down to the last 10, and that'll be in chronological order. So, moving on, here's a sweet cover grab that I've always wanted. Bring on the Bad Guys Fireside trade paperback that covers the origins of many of the elite Marvel villains, and it just sports this killer John Romita Sr. cover. Love it, man. All right. Here's some MCU spec books to kick off the haul, or rather the video. Here's Thor, the variant edition, J. Scott Campbell, number 6, and this is the first appearance of Lady Loki. Love that. Love the Loki series. Out of all the Disney Plus series, that was the one I enjoyed the most, which really surprised me, and I'm really looking forward to season 2. Speaking of which, Fantastic Four, number 353, first appearance of Agent Mobius, who I'm pretty big on that character, actually. I mean, everyone likes Owen Wilson. It's like Paul Rudd. They're just likable dudes. Black Panther, number 1, first appearance of Okoye, and I forget the assassin, those hot assassin ladies. Iron Man number 225, the first appearance, not the first appearance, but the first part of the Armor Wars storyline, which I think this book will be in bigger demand next year, but I always wanted it, and that's how you collect. Well, that's how I collect anyway. Get them before they turn really hot. Getting into some of the variants. Here we have Princess Leia, number 1. I was very happy. One of my achievements this year was picking off all of those Alex Ross variants. Not every, I don't have the color and the black and white versions, but I do have a version of every Alex Ross variant Star Wars cover. So, as a Star Wars geek and an Alex Ross geek, yes. Princess Leia, another Alex Ross variant. Love that one, man. Darth Vader, number 1. And another Darth Vader, number 1. Love that Boba Fett variant. Throwback to the Star Wars Christmas special from the 1970s. Probably my favorite Star Wars variant, and it's not even an Alex Ross one. The Star Wars Thrawn, that animated animation variant. Sweet. Believe it or not, I actually picked up a couple of variants that weren't Star Wars, too. Batman, The Adventures Continue, number 1. I am not a Peach Momoko fan, but I love this Harley Quinn cover. Batman Adventures, number 3. Love this Batgirl cover, too. Awesome. All right, a little room. Avengers Assemble, number 9, wraparound movie photo cover variant. Love it. Madame Xanadu, number 6. Just a sweet Frank Quietly cover featuring Madame Xanadu in depth. Really looking forward to that Sandman series, too. I think that's coming out in 2022. Some minor first appearances. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, number 1. This is the first D&D comic book, which I thought was pretty cool. Never played D&D, but I do have friends that do. Kazar the Savage, number 11. First appearance of Belasco. Conan the Barbarian, number 274. Second to last issue. I had no idea that this was kind of like a collectible, too. I was just filling out my Conan runs, but love this cover, too, man. And speaking of loving covers, whoo! Amazing Heroes. Oh, what number is this? Number 69. And this just features this incredible, iconic Frank Miller Batman and Elektra cover. Oh, man. Beautiful. Avengers number 221. This is the issue where She-Hulk joins the Avengers. Let's make some more room. Get some pretty good time here. All right, getting into some of the sprinkle of silver. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., number 2. And number 5, which finished off all the Steranko illustrated issues. I mean, he did do a couple more covers, but these were the issues that I needed to finish off his run of interior issues that he did for the S.H.I.E.L.D. run. Fantastic Four, number 54. Man, I wish I would have kept on buying up all those Fantastic Four Silver Age issues probably about 3 years ago when no one cared. Justice League of America, number 31. This is the issue where Hawkman joins the team. How about some Bronze Age? Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter, number 1. First appearance of Richard Dragon and this character, who would eventually go on to become the Bronze Tiger in Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter, number 18. Fantastic Four, number 185. First appearance of Agatha Harkness's son. Mr. Miracle, number 15. The first appearance of Shiloh. I forget his last name, but he goes on to become the second Mr. Miracle in Future State. Avengers number 186, book that kind of took off during the WandaVision portion of the year, as well as 187, which this was actually a nice nostalgic, like, by watching WandaVision, I kind of remembered this book, which was one of the very first Avengers comics that I ever had as a child. It was given to me by one of my older cousins, so really sweet to have this in there. Staying with the Avengers King Size Special, number 2. Love me a nice throwdown, old school versus new school. And Giant Size Avengers number 1. Really nice copy, a little bit of blunting at the bottom corner, but love it. Captain America number 137, the first time the Falcon met Spider-Man. And the continuation of that story arc, number 138. That is just some sweet bronze. Captain America 209, first appearance of Amon Zola. I was also trying to pick up as many Silver Surfer from Volume 1 that I could, so I only picked up 3 this year, but here is one of them. Here's Silver Surfer number 8. Any issue of Silver Surfer Volume 1 belongs in this video, as far as I'm concerned. Silver Surfer number 18, last issue of the series, illustrated by Jack Kirby before he took off to DC Comics for a couple of years, and it has Inhumans versus Silver Surfer throwdown. Pretty darn cool. All right, let's get into some of my Star Wars stuff. All right. Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron. First time the Rogue Squadron had their own comic. And, yeah, this book was hot in the beginning of the year, but happy to have a copy now. Probably in a lull now until there's more news that comes out about the movie. Star Wars Adventures number 7. First appearance of Hondo Ohnaka. Star Wars Clone Wars Adventures number 1 from a Free Comic Book Day. First appearance of General Grievous and Barriss, who I'm hoping that I hope that she appears in the Ahsoka series. I guess not next year, but the year after. I'm really hoping for that. That would be sweet. Star Wars Adventures number 16. I don't want to butcher this guy's name again, but first appearance of him. Star Wars Republic number 60, which a little off center there. Okay, Star Wars Republic number 60, which features the first part of the origin of Asajj Ventress. Solo number 1, first appearance of Kira. I'm really digging that miniseries Crimson Reign so far. All right, down to the top 10. All right, my love for 80s nostalgia had me pick this book up this year. The Real Ghostbusters number 1, the first appearance of Ghostbusters in comics. Sweet. Love the first 2 movies, obviously. Still haven't seen the most recent one, but I intend to. And this is a book that really kind of took off during the course of this year. I'm not really sure when. Definitely wasn't hot when I bought it, but really happy to pick it up and add it into the PC. Web of Spider-Man, number 118, the first appearance of the Scarlet Spider, aka Ben Reilly. Anything to do with like X-Men, Star Wars, Batman, and Spider-Man. Those are like my 4 go-tos. I enjoy those characters, but I also like to collect first appearances of those characters in their franchises. So I'm really happy to finally add that one into the collection. Didn't own it for a long time because for most of the 90s, I hated the Scarlet Spider and anything to do with the Clone Saga. Ugh. Here's a variant that's been on my list for like ever. Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder, or rather, All-Star Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder. And this is the Jim Lee sketch RRP variant. Love it. Jim Lee is my all-time favorite artist. Batman and Wolverine are my favorite characters, and Frank Miller is one of my all-time favorite creators in general. So this one checks a lot of boxes. But beware the claws of the cat, number 1. Wanted this one for a while too. Fine to fine minus copy, but I'm happy with it. Another Bronze Age jewel. The Man-Thing, number 1 from Volume 1. Love it. A very Bronze Age-esque weird story. All right, down to the last 5. Silver Surfer, number 14. The first meeting and battle between Spider-Man and the Silver Surfer, 2 of my all-time favorite Marvel characters. And love it, man. I don't know how many times I can say love it, but obviously if I didn't love it, I shouldn't be buying this shit to begin with, right? My variant of the year is Forces of Destiny, Ahsoka Tano, and Padme. When I first showed off this book, I said that it was a Virgin variant. It's not, and I already knew that too. I don't even know how that dropped out of my mouth. But this is a sweet wraparound cover. The most I've ever spent on a variant, and like I said, got that Ahsoka fever, so... My Star Wars pickup of the year goes to Star Wars Jedi Mace Windu, number 1, the first appearance of Asajj Ventress. And down for my last 2, and these 2 books will actually probably, I like them so much, they'll probably be ranked in my top 50 the next time I do a top 50 video. So we have Detective Comics number 400, which is the first appearance of the Man-Bat, illustrated by the incredible Neil Adams. And speaking of Neil Adams and Bronze Age, my pick of the year, just barely beating out Detective Comics, is Green Lantern, Green Arrow, number 76. Allegedly the first comic of the Bronze Age. Sweet. I mean, it usually either comes down to that or Conan the Barbarian, number 1, which I'm biased, so I kind of lean towards Conan, seeing he's more of like the anti-hero, which became prominent during the 1970s. But this is the first like social, the first comic that really dealt with social issues. So awesome, iconic, Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams, super happy to have it. So that's all I have for last year, I guess. I'll be back later on this month with my first proper haul of 2022. And yeah, as far as this upcoming year goes, I don't really have any big books on my list. I'll be doing some Bronze Age mining. There's some variants that I want. A couple of, yeah, and I'm just working on some runs, buying a lot of bronze and copper. And yeah, that's about it. This will be the first year that I have leftover comic books to show from the prior year, just because I bought so much Bronze Age stuff. And between some of my Christmas gift cards and birthday gift cards at the end of the year, I have a lot of stuff still to show off this year. So hopefully we can all geek out together for another year. All right? So until next time, once again, Happy New Year, take care, and see you later.